Hi everyone, Mark Igo here with your MassHSHockey.com weekly recap. It is Friday, February 18th. We have a lot to cover this week as we get closer to the state high school hockey tournament. That'll get underway in just 2 short weeks. Let's get started this week with last week's contest winner. We asked you to correctly predict the final outcome of the women's game between Natick and Dedham. Natick went on to win this game 4-1, and we had 2 correct contest entries. This week's winner is Tyler Piacentini. Tyler has won a $100 Pro Ambitions gift certificate, good for any summer hockey camp. This week we're going to ask you to predict the correct score between Wilmington and Tewksbury. This game is going to take place on Wednesday the 23rd at 8 p.m. The contest winner this week will receive a $100 gift certificate from RB Hockey schools in their summer camps. So again, a big thank you out to Rob Barletta and his group over at RB Hockey. You can also use the $50 off coupon on our website. It can be found on our homepage for any RB Hockey summer camp. And thanks again to all the folks that entered last week's contest, and hopefully we'll have a winner right here next Friday. Moving over to men's Division 1, for the first time this season we have no changes at the top as Barnstable stays at number 1, coming in at 11-1-4 this week, while Weymouth stays put at number 2 at 15-2-2, and Catholic Memorial hangs on at number 3, coming to us at 7-7-2. A lot of big games and a lot of big tournaments this week, so make sure you check the website on a daily basis as the schedules and scores get posted for some of these tournaments. These games will very well decide what's going to happen on the Super 8 as well as the rest of the division state rankings. So again, keep coming to the website. Probably have a lot of fluidity this week in regards to where each team is ranked. Last week we asked you to take a look at the game between number 2 Weymouth and their crosstown rival, the Braintree Womps. These 2 teams did not disappoint us as they skated to a 1-1 tie. Another great game that we featured, so let's see if we can keep it rolling along here. This week we're going to circle the game between the 11-1-4 Barnstable and 11-2-5 Marshfield Rams. This game's going to take place on Monday, February 21st at 6:10 p.m. This is a huge game with all sorts of D1 tournament implications. So definitely a must-see over at the Bridgewater Arena. Again, Barnstable against Marshfield on Monday night at 6:10 p.m. No changes over in Women's Division 1 as these 3 teams continue to stay at the top here as Woburn comes in at 15-1-1 and they hold on to the number 1 spot. St. Mary's again coming in at number 2, improves their record to 16-0-3. And Acton Boxborough again at number 3 comes in at 15-2-1. Very impressive seasons for all 3 of these teams, and they're certainly all 3 look to be the leading contenders for this year's state championship in the Women's Division 1. Last week we highlighted the contest between the Winthrop Lynn Vikings as they squared off against the Medford Mustangs. The Vikings went on to win this game 4-1. This week we're going to take a look at the game between Watertown Melrose as they're coming in at 12-3-5. They'll face off against D2 opponent Belmont as the Belmont Marauders come in at 9-7-3. This game is going to take place on Saturday the 19th at 6 p.m. This should be a great battle. A lot of important state seeding implications again here for both teams as Watertown Melrose will face Belmont on Saturday night at 6 p.m. Over in Men's Division 2, Newbury continues to lead the way. They improved their record to 11-3-3 this week, while Wilmington stays at number 2, coming in at 13-2-2. And our number 3, Tewksbury Redmond, are now 13-3-1. So really no changes at the top there with Newbury, Wilmington, and Tewksbury hanging on to the top 3 slots. Last week we told you to take a look at the game between the number 5 Peabody Tanners and number 9 Danvers Falcons. The Tanners went on to win this one 5-2. This week we're circling the game between the 10-4-1 Plymouth North Eagles as they square off against Division 1 opponent, the Medford Mustangs. This game is going to take place on Saturday, February 19th at 4 p.m. Very big game for Plymouth North. Women's Division 2, we have no changes in our top 3 over here as the Lady Dragons continue to lead the way from Duxbury. They're coming in at 15-1-0 this week, while number 2 is Norwood again at 16-1-1. And Fontbonne remains at number 3 as they come in at 12-2-5 this week. So again, we have Duxbury, Norwood, and Fontbonne leading the way here. Those 3 teams look very strong here over in Women's Division 2 as we head into the States in a couple of weeks. Last week we circled the game between the Duxbury Lady Dragons and the Sandwich Blue Knights. Duxbury cruised to a 6-1 victory, improving their record to 15-1-0 and showing why they're number 1 in the state. This week we're going to highlight the game between the 7-6-2 Stoneham Lady Spartans as they are up against the Division I Reading Rockets. This game will take place on Saturday, February 19th, and again, a big game for both Stoneham and Reading as we look to close out the Division II women's season. Over in men's Division III, Westwood keeps the #1 ranking again as they come to us at 14-2-1 this week. Again, we pointed out a team on the rise in Marlborough last week, and they are this week's new #2 as they improved their record to 13-3-1. The Scituate Sailors dropped to #3 this week as they come to us at 9-6-1. Again, Long Meadow's on the outside looking in, so let's see how they respond this week as they look to close out the season strong. Last week we told you to circle the game between the Dartmouth Indians and the D1 Taunton Tigers. The Indians won this game 7-0 and improved their record to 13-4-1. So the Dartmouth Indians again making some noise over here in men's Division III at 13-4-1. This week we're going to highlight the game between the 12-4-3 Marlborough Panthers as they take on the 8-6-1 Bishop Stang Spartans. This game is going to take place on Wednesday, February 23rd at 5:30 p.m. So be sure to catch the Marlborough Bishop Stang game. Another big matchup here in men's Division III. Over in men's Division 3A, Holyoke remains unbeaten at the top. They did have a tie this week. They're now 16-0-1, but still a great season for Holyoke. We told you to keep an eye on Agawam as they climb into the #2 spot this week at 14-3-1, while Amherst Pelham falls to #3 at 11-3-3. Groton Dunstable drops out of the top 3 for the first time in a while this week, so we'll see how they can close out the season. Last week we highlighted the game between 8-6-1 Belchertown Orioles as they squared off against the Nipmuc Warriors. These two teams skated to a 2-2 draw in what was a terrific game. This week, let's go ahead and circle the game between Chicopee Comp coming in at 9-8-1 as they face off against their crosstown rival Chicopee, who's coming in at 10-7-1. Plenty of tournament seeding ramifications in this one and always a good battle between the two Chicopee teams. That's going to be it for this week's recap. Remember to check the website out for our Game of the Week video. The weekly contest for the RB Hockey $100 gift certificate again will go off on Wednesday at 8 p.m. So be sure to get your entries in prior to the start of that game. Coaches, keep sending in your game changes, team stats, and rosters. You can email these to us at info@MassHSHockey.com. We're also very much interested in receiving any Massachusetts high school hockey history that anyone out there might have, so please email us along to us. We also have a special 30% discount coupon from Harrow Hockey on the homepage, along with some other great hockey savings, so be sure to take advantage of these. Again, there's a 30% discount coupon from Harrow Hockey on the homepage. A lot of important games this week coming up as this will shape up what the upcoming state tournaments are going to look like. Keep checking in throughout the week as the tournament games get played and posted, as the schedules also will be up there. We'll see you right back here next Friday with our next MassHSHockey.com weekly recap, and we'll have plenty to talk about in regards to the state tournament that's coming up. Again, enjoy your vacation week, and we'll see you right back here next Friday.